Okay, now girls, we'll start the important first ruler, Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak is known in the history as the founder of the slave dynasty, and it is believed that that dynasty derives its name from Qutbuddin, who was originally a slave. And it is, you can see here is an illustrated picture of Qutbuddin Aibak with his wife. And it is said that Muhammad Ghori had no son, and therefore he had distributed the vast empire among his nephew and faithful Lieutenant Qutbuddin Aibak. As he was his most trusted lieutenant, got his Indian possessions by his own choice. Like it is said that it was the choice of Qutbuddin Aibak to have the possessions in India. To the family and the origin of Qutbuddin Aibak, it is said that he was a Turkish slave. So he was born to a Turk family in Central Asia. He was captured when he was quite young. He was a child, but he was very much lucky to be purchased by the Qazi of Nishapur, and the Qazi of Nishapur treated him like his own sons. Like he was very well treated by the Qazi. Qutbuddin Aibak received good education and was trained in the field of archery and horsemanship. When his master died, his sons, who were not in favor of Qutbuddin Aibak and they were jealous of Qutbuddin Aibak, they again sold him to a slave merchant, and the fortune, like the luck, once again favored Qutbuddin Aibak and Muhammad Ghori bought him. यानी ये उसकी किस्मत थी, अगरचे जो है वो उन्होंने बेच दिया था, बट बाय लक ही वॉज बॉट बाय मोहम्मद गौरी. Out of Ghori's thousands of slaves, Aibak, because of his character and qualities, became one of his master's favorite. Aibak steadily rose through the ranks and eventually became a general. Like you can well understand that he was bought as a slave, but just because of his own personal qualities, he became his master's favorite and rose to the ranks of general. Like his owner Ghori, Aibak performed his greatest deeds while still a subordinate. He was responsible for most of the conquest of northern India and was appointed as Ghori's viceroy at Delhi. When Ghori died in 1206, the Turkish emirs and generals elected Qutbuddin Aibak as the new sultan. It was he who shifted the capital first from Ghazni to Lahore and then from Lahore to Delhi, and then it is also considered that he is the first ruler of the slave dynasty in Central Asia. Coming to the achievements, after coming to power, Qutbuddin, he faced a lot of challenges. Like Indian territory was also new to him, and just because he wanted to keep his position under control and intact, he had to face a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges. He had a great deal of problems in front of him. The Turkish officers could not be trusted as they were all jealous of his power. Like the treachery, which is a very, very big nuisance between the Muslims, among all the Muslims. The Rajput states were also a huge threat at that time. They were defeated and sovereignty of northern India was snatched away from their hands by the Turks. So they were fighting against the Turks at different places. So there was a great hindrance in front of his movement as a Turk Sultan, and it was also a challenge which he accepted. The distant provinces which were captured by Turks were not under complete control of Qutbuddin. As was the case with Bengal, Qutbuddin faced all these difficulties with determination. He first improved the administration and strengthened the position of Delhi Sultanate and Lahore, and then he trusted most of the Turkish nobles. He accepted their acceptance and he persuaded them to accept the subordination. He stubborn at some times when we study about the great emperors, stubbornness is a part of their rule. So he was also, it is said that Qutbuddin Aibak was also sometimes stubborn, and he stubbornly refused to accept the lordship of Yildiz, turned him out of Punjab, and saved his infant kingdom from the politics of Central Asia. Thus, both by diplomacy and force, he succeeded in maintaining separate and independent status of Delhi Sultanate. After strengthening the Sultanate, what he did, he paid due attention even towards the Rajputs, who succeeded in recovering some of their territories from the Turks. यानी जो टेरिटरीज, जो इलाके हासिल किए थे राजपूतों से, उन्होंने वो वापस ले लिए. Mostly he remained busy in defending his independent position. That is why he remained mostly at Lahore instead of Delhi. He got very little time as an independent ruler while playing Chogan polo. Chogan is a beta. Chogan is the name of polo. हम इसे polo के नाम से जानते हैं, लेकिन इसका फारसी नेम जो है, the Persian name is Chogan. And while he was playing Chogan, he fell from his horse and died in 1210. He was buried at Lahore, and a simple monument was raised over his grave. So it is said that there were a lot of territories which were taken back by the Rajputs under his rule, and he was not even able to give a lot of importance to Delhi because he, while defending his position, he had to stay in Lahore, and it is said that he is buried near Anarkali Bazaar in Lahore, where a new tomb was constructed over his grave around 1970. So this was about Qutbuddin Aibak, and we talked about some of his achievement in detail. और इसकी बेटा बाकी जो डिटेल्स और जो भी है वो मैंने आपको नोट्स जो है वो सेंड कर दिए, आप उसमें से पढ़ें. और एक क्वेश्चन आंसर्स का सेशन जो है वो आप अपनी क्वेरीज मुझे भेजेंगे, तो एक क्वेश्चन आंसर्स का सेशन जो है वो हम अपने ग्रुप में अरेंज कर लेंगे.